100 posts in 100 days. Give a hot take on a current cultural trend. My hot take is that I think monoculture is going to return. For those who don't understand what monoculture is, it's kind of a scientific term for pop culture, but it's more than that. It's really shared cultural moments or cultural tentpoles that pretty much everyone in a given culture can relate to. An example of that would probably be, like, say, an old example would be the Sound of Music for Western culture. Sound of Music is a cultural tentpole. It's a very well-known musical. You know, people from all walks of life, all sorts of backgrounds know exactly what the Sound of Music is if you were to ask them about it. Let's give a more recent example. A more recent example would probably be something simple like YouTube. YouTube is very well known all over the world. It's a form of monoculture. You have streamers and you have YouTube content creators from all walks of life, all different types of backgrounds. So the current idea is that monoculture is gone. It is dead. There's no example of monoculture inside of our society, with few and far between exceptions. One example of the change in monoculture in our country, being the United States, is that once upon a time people would get their news from 3 major media outlets. 3. Now people get their news from who knows where. Who knows where you're getting your news and how you're consuming it. But I think that's one of the perks of the internet. Something different about our culture from back then in the 80s and 90s to now, is the lack of shared screens. Once upon a time, you had to stand in front of a TV or sit in front of a TV with a group of people, usually your family, to consume information. Now, look, you're probably watching this on your phone right now. Everyone has their own screen. Everyone can consume what they want to consume, when they want to consume it, how they want to consume it. That's going to make people different. We exist in our own little echo chambers right now, and it's not working. It's why you see the country so fractured politically, ideologically. It's not working. When we change back into monoculture, because monoculture does statistically have swings back and forth, you'll realize that there are things that do exist that people like and brings people together. Here's an example. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones brought a lot of people from different walks of life together, more so than presidential addresses have in the last probably 8 years, I'd imagine. That's not a statistical fact, but it's probably pretty true here. Game of Thrones has a huge number that's associated with a lot of people. You had a lot of group watches. People would go to bars, they would go out, they would invite friends over to watch Game of Thrones together. People want social impact. People want to be together. They just don't know how anymore. And that's why I think monoculture is going to return.